Dear Tracy, I turned 50 last year. Was probably the worst year ever. My son, age 25, got up the morning of Thanksgiving Monday. He gave up on his life and committed suicide. My life changed forever. I have been in standstill mode since then. I shaved my head the moment he passed away, and honestly, I feel like I lost myself. I haven't gotten back to work yet, still having visions of him leaping from the penthouse. I need to somehow reinvent myself for the sake of my daughter and grandson. I need to get back on my feet and be able to be strong for them even when I'm broken.
Satnam?
Hi, Tracy.
Can I touch you?
Yes.
Here.
Oh my God, thank you.
Can you tell me about Mandeep when he was a little boy? Tell me about him.
He was very loving. We were very close. Yeah. He would wake up, I would put him to sleep, and in the middle of the night, he would just come into my bedroom and he would just stand there in the dark and not say anything. And then I would open my eye, I'm like, what are you doing here? He's like, I can't sleep. Can I sleep with you? We were very close. Yeah.
The moment I met Satnam is a moment I will never forget. This teeny tiny little woman was just broken, devastated over the death of her son. You could just see she was a mother with so much love. She didn't know how to get her life started again. She did not know how to deal with the depth of this grief.
So the day he passed away, he had these clothes. It was like just, it's really, but he made his bed and, you know, put his clothes here and left a little note saying, I can't do this anymore. And he just...
When did you notice something was wrong?
Maybe a year ago is when I really thought something was wrong. I would come home and I would tell my daughter, my partner, I would say, something is not right, something is wrong with him. And then one day out of the blue, he's like, can I go see the doctor? I said, oh, okay, sure. And so he came home and he's like, can you fill this prescription for me? I found out it was for anxiety. So then I took him out to have dinner with me and I said, you know, he's like, I know why you brought me out here. I'm like, why? Why do you say that? He's like, because you want to talk to me about the pills. I said, yes. I said, I want to make sure you're okay. Like, what's bothering you? Let's talk about it. And then I started doing my little investigating work, you know. I started to find like pills, like not one, like bottles and bottles. And then I guess because he couldn't sleep, he would just take them. And then once he was in rehab, I came home. And then as I started to rip out all his things, I started to find bottles of alcohol. Like bottles and bottles, not one. My whole kitchen table was filled with bottles. I knew for months, something bad was gonna happen to him. I always thought that I would be able to save him, that I would be able to save him.
It's the last place where Mandeep ever was,
Yes.
this spot. What happened with his friends?
He was on the call with his best friend, Badarudin. So I guess he was telling him that he's going to end his life. So we rushed over on the highway, but he kept him on the call. We told the security downstairs to just let them in. There's an emergency. You have to open the door. So luckily, thankfully, they opened the door for him and they were outside trying to talk him down. So they're like, don't do it, grabbed him. Like, and he kept telling them, let go, let go, let me go, let me go. I want you guys to get married, have your families, have your babies, but I'm not going to be here. But you guys need to do this, you know? And then they had to let him go. They had to. They had no choice. And then he was gone, just like that. He just jumped off. He always kept telling me, "You're strong. I'm not as strong as you, my son." And you know what? He is strong because he stayed alive 25 years just for me. Just for me. He did. And I love him. And I appreciate that. No matter what struggles he was going through, he stayed alive 25 years for me. For me.
Just devastating. You know, Satnam's life went on hold the moment Mandeep died. She slept in his bed, she wore his clothing, she didn't cook, she didn't do groceries, she was barely eating. But the day we came to film Satnam, she got back in the kitchen and she cooked for us. It felt like a start. Satnam, look what's happening.
Oh yes, that's good.
That's good?
Yeah, that's
so what, do I flip it? It's fluffy.
Yeah, you just flip it.
Okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. You do what you're doing. I'm totally fine over here.
I still can't believe you guys are here. Oh, I haven't cooked since my son passed away.
Yeah.
I haven't even done groceries. I don't do groceries. The only thing I buy is milk, sugar, and coffee.
Did you do groceries for us?
Yes, I did.
We feel very honored. I feel very honored. Why is it important for you to share this story, Satnam?
I know people are struggling. I know there's a lot of people out there that are probably going through the same thing. It's just that their children are still alive. They still have a chance to figure out a way to help their kids. I mean, so I visit them every day. Every morning before work, this is what I do. Wow. I have my favorite song that I always play. Okay. And I usually put it on. And I always leave it here. And then I just fill my flowers.
It's not the length of life, but the depth of life. Just whisper my name in your hearts, and I will be right there walking along beside you. Mandeep was here. What would you want to say to him?
I just want him to know I love him. And I'm not mad at him. I just miss him, you know? I miss everything about him.
Ever since Mandeep's passing, Satnam was dealing with her grief all on her own, barely getting by day to day. She had never sought therapy. So we thought it would be an important part of the process, and we decided to pair her up with our own therapist, Brenda Danso.
I'm going to give you a hug.
Sounds like it's been really difficult since Mandeep passed away. How did you get through, or what were some things that happened?
To be honest, when he passed away, it was like, for me, time was standstill. Nothing mattered to me, you know, and it's just like months went by. I was just there, just sitting there every day, just sitting there. And everyone just wanted to come visit, and, you know, they came and they didn't expect me to be like that, but then it's like my son died. He died, he's not coming back. Some people actually told me, well, you know, it's been a month. You need to move on. And I'm like, I'm not moving on. You didn't lose a child. You didn't lose your son. You know, until you lose your child, you can't tell people to move on. Or you can't say, oh my God, she's here again and she still looks like that. This is how I'm gonna look. This is how I've always looked, except I had a smile on. And some days I do and some days I won't. So this is Mandeep at my niece's wedding. That was my dad. He passed away a couple years ago.
One of the things that I'm hoping is that we can explore a little bit more about that pain that she's going through, because she cares so much about others and what she does, and she's getting through her day-to-day. And at the same time, I see that it's really tough. Sounds like you're transitioning and then putting on the, you know, work mode and getting through, but how are you actually, like, how are you feeling when you're doing that?
I don't know. I feel like a robot, to be honest. I really do. I want to be there for everyone,
Right.
but it's not easy.
Yeah. I see that. One of the things I would really like to address and work on with her to make sure that she's creates a space to grieve if she needs to, or creates a space to really explore that pain that she's feeling, so that way she doesn't have to feel like a robot, to feel like she has to continue to park these really difficult emotions without processing it.
I know that October 11th may be a sensitive date for you. Do you feel like we need to maybe explore that a little bit? If there's a coping ahead plan that perhaps we need to look at, do you feel like that may be helpful?
Days leading up to it, I'm just really agitated. I'm really, really upset.
Okay.
Because I know it's creeping around. It's like every 11th of every month. It's like, it just reminds me of that whole day. It just plays in my head the whole week.
Okay.
I mean, on Saturday, we're going for donating a whole bunch of stuff to the homeless. So that's kind of nice. All his friends will come.
Okay.
We're going to go do that. And then Sunday, I'm going to go get a tattoo with his name.
Okay.
I already planned that for myself a few months ago.
Again, I appreciate her honesty in sharing that. And so one thing we recognize is that this is a pattern. So if we are aware that every month this is what we go through, let's do something different. Let's plan for it. So what we did in session is we developed a coping ahead plan. So if I know that the 11th is the anniversary, I know that monthly leading up to this date, this is what happens for me, right? So knowing that, what can I do different?
She taught me another skill that I didn't even know I could do, and it was to actually schedule a time to actually grieve, or to, you know, think about Mandeep. Never tried that before, and I'm actually looking forward to trying it, you know.
I wanted to come to the park because I thought this would be great to do a mindfulness practice. Gravel underneath. How does that feel at the bottom of your feet? Oftentimes when we're thinking about going for a walk or being active, we're doing it because it's a means to an end, right? We're not doing it intentionally. And I really wanted us to be intentional about coming here, going for a walk, and just being able to focus.
It was good. It's nice. All the trees, they're so pretty.
Yeah.
And the first thing I noticed, I think that's Garbo General Hospital, right? That's where Mandeep was born. Yeah.
I can see that she already feels connected to it, and she can see herself utilizing this as a skill or strategy, and that's really important as well.
From what I got from Brenda is walking and just observing and just not really talking, but if I have like a thought that comes to my mind, just have it and then let it go and just focus on my walk. Doing something for myself is always hard. Because I do stuff for others, it's hard to do things for myself, which I should. It's hard though.
Satnam is the type of person who does everything for everyone else. We saw this, the crew saw this, she's constantly giving. Now she had moved into Mandeep's space because that's where she felt comfortable. She wanted to feel close to him. We gently asked Satnam if she would be open to having the space transformed so it could be more of a peaceful space for herself. She agreed, and we knew the perfect expert, Leanne Allaire-Perot.
Whenever I'm in here, I feel like he's so happy that I'm in here. Like, I don't get this feeling where he's like, what is she doing in here? I feel like he's happy. You know?
When I first met Satnam, she was right out of the gate so welcoming and such a beautiful soul, very, very kind, and you could tell she has such a huge heart, but you could also just feel that that heart's also broken.
My main goal would be to help create this, turn this into a healing space for you.
Yes.
So I really want to make sure that we're honoring him and his memory, but I think it would be great if we could make this Satnam space as well.
There's a few items that I probably won't part with, like his shirts and stuff. You know, maybe a few I could part with. Like, it's very hard to say because he wore a lot of this stuff, and I wear it still. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I was just wearing this yesterday.
Okay.
you know. So his passion, obviously, for computers and gaming, he built like 2, you know, computer hard drives by himself. I would love to keep all this.
Okay.
And also this desk, we actually went to IKEA, Mandeep and I, and we picked it up, and it was a struggle.
Okay.
Me and him, he's a little skinny thing, and he's like, oh, it's not gonna be heavy, Mama. We get there, it's like super heavy.
It was a difficult situation to be put into because I didn't want to push her to change the space. But having said that, I really felt this sense that she needed some change to be able to move on. So I saw it as an opportunity for me to maybe hold her hand through the process.
So yeah, if I could have a space for these guys, would be nice.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah.
Colors, like, are there any, because color can be so impactful.
Oh my
and
goodness, you could,
powerful.
if you could color it, like he liked purple, Mandeep liked purple.
Like the shirt in the closet.
Yeah, like something light purple, lilac-y, I don't know.
Okay.
Because that was our wedding color, and from his journals, he said 2 most happiest days of his life was when we got married and when Austin was born. If you could draw a tree on the wall, a big, tall tree. When I go to the cemetery,
weird.
I always think, oh, Mandeep maybe is a tall tree. Just, you know, I don't know, I just feel like he is
I love
for
that.
whatever reason.
Okay, Adrienne, it's installation day. You're gonna get started on the mural. I'm gonna hang some drapes. I'm so excited to see how this space comes together. I picked up loads of goodies for the space, and I can't wait to personalize it for Satnam.
It's a small room, so there's not a lot we can do in terms of the furniture placement, knowing that the desk is going to stay and the bed's going to stay. But I think that there are some very small changes that will make a huge difference.
Hey, Leanne.
Yeah.
Why don't you come in and have a look at what's up so far?
Are you serious? It is so beautiful. For me, a space is not about the things. I'm not naive. I didn't come into this project thinking that pillows and wallpaper and curtains would change how she feels. But I do strongly believe in the connection of space and mind. And I feel like if I can give her a space that helps to feed her soul and make her feel more calm and at peace, this project won't change what was, but it can hopefully be a step to new things for her, for a new chapter for her, but that doesn't mean erasing what was.
Definitely not forgetting what was, just helping her with this new chapter. Now, when Mandeep passed, Satnam shaved her head. She felt that she wanted to do this in tribute of Mandeep, but as she looked at herself in the mirror, she didn't feel like herself. I think we can all understand our connection between hair and identity. Well, we knew the perfect person to pair Satnam with would be our hairstylist, Bill Rowley. I want to talk to you more about the hair, because we talked about the hair. We talked about, you know, this, how you had your inside joke of getting the hair shaved, and then you shaved your hair as sort of this tribute to Mandeep, because you talked about what you would, you know, do after death.
Yes.
Now your hair is short.
Yes.
You're absolutely stunning, but you want your long hair back, is that right?
You know, I have a few wigs. I don't know how to wear them properly, but I feel like when I'm wearing a dress, I like to have long hair.
Yeah, you want your hair back.
But I notice in the pictures it looks really bad because I just kind of plop it on and I go. And you know, everyone tells me my short hair is really nice.
It is.
Every now and then you know, you miss your long hair and your neck is cold when it's, you know, with short hair.
This is the joy of wigs. So we're gonna help you out with that.
So
we got your back with that one.
Hi, welcome. Come on in.
thank you.
How are you?
Good.
So I hear you're missing your long hair,
Yes, I am.
but have you ever thought about being a blonde? Maybe a redhead? People have always said that a woman's hair is her crowning glory. And yes, it can be, but a woman's hair is also her armor. So it's a strength that she can use to be strong. She can also use it as armor to hide behind. In the moment, in an uncontrollable moment when she shaved her hair off, she lost her armor. Come on in.
Okay.
Take a look at these.
Oh my goodness, they're so beautiful.
Feel them. Run your
Feel
fingers
them.
through.
Oh wow.
Aren't they beautiful?
They are.
Yeah. Yeah.
So soft.
Have a seat, darling. I want to introduce you to my friend Michael.
Okay.
He's the owner of Continental Hair.
Okay.
Michael, this is
Hi
Satnam.
Michael, nice
Real
to meet
pleasure.
you.
Hello.
I love the dark one.
The dark one I
Yeah.
think is going to blend perfectly with her. If you could just hold the front for me.
Okay.
There we are.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Recognize what you see all of a sudden? Yeah.
As soon as I put it on, I could just see myself. It's just so me. It was just like, it looked like me and it just felt so real. I almost didn't want to take it off. I think I'm used to having hair and not having hair. It's like all of me just looked so different. Like it just looked like me.
Oh, it looks so beautiful on you. Well, so now that we've got the wig sorted out, the next step is we're going to go to the tailor's, take these fabulous shirts she has, and have them refit, recut. I
Yeah.
love this color.
This was his favorite color.
Was it?
And he wore these the most.
Yeah.
So I really hope they can actually mend them without having to cut too much.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
Giovanni's can do anything.
Okay.
Anything.
All
They'll be
right.
beautiful when they're done.
There was a few things that I want to keep, and for them to be able to tailor it to fit me, it's really special because I can wear it to work. Or I could just wear it, you know, with my jeans to the grocery store.
She gets to honor him, she gets to hold him close, but at the same time, she's not wearing his clothes anymore. All right, are you ready?
Ready.
All right. Just hold that front for me like that.
Okay.
Do you like the middle part?
I like the middle
I
part.
like it a lot too.
Yeah.
It's very modern. She's got great hair. She's got beautiful hair. It's very current. But it's you know, we've always said this. It doesn't matter how beautiful it is, how much we say it's beautiful, how the whole world looks at you and says it's beautiful. If when you look in the mirror and you're not seeing it, then it's not there. So that's why the wig.
I feel like people think that just because you grow your hair, you know, that you've forgotten about everything that's happened. Oh, like that's not gonna happen. Long hair, short hair, my son, it's never gonna be forgotten, you know, until my last breath.
I know hair is not the most important thing in the world, but I also know how important hair can be in the world. So I hope in a small way it's helped you, made you feel a little bit better, a little bit more, like I said, a little bit more comfortable. And
It has.
good,
It has.
good.
Thank you. Thank
Oh.
you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a hug. Oh, thank you. You're so welcome.
I love it.
Good.
I really
So do I.
better.
Oh, to see that smile on Satnam's face as she finally saw herself, the herself she identified with reflected back to her was a beautiful moment. Now, we were getting close to the 1-year anniversary of Mandeep's passing, and Satnam wanted to mark the occasion. She invited us all over to be a part of commemorating this moment, and it was a gathering we'll never forget. Hey, hi everyone!
How are you? Hi, so happy you guys are.
Today it's a big
It's
anniversary.
emotional day.
Yeah. What's going through your mind?
Just the whole day. Yep. I'm glad all my friends and my sister and my brother-in-law's here. I'm glad Matsung is here. Fiola, Ramana, everyone that was here that day when Mandeep passed away.
Yeah.
You know? It's like it was yesterday. It's still very hard.
This has been the sort of thing that could stop your life if you're not intentional about getting back on track. And I know that you've been working so hard to do that.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
Thanks to Brenda. Your little tips. Been trying them.
What's interesting about Satnam is that as sad as she gets and as low as she feels, even she understands that she needs a support system in order to get through this. And the fact that I feel honored that she would want to open her doors to us and have us here on a day that is so significant to her for so many reasons. So I'm happy we're here. I'm happy we can support her. I'm happy she knows that we're always going to be the hands at her back. For us, it's not just a story. We're now connected to Satnam for life. And I'm happy we could be here today with her. I would love for all of us to stand up and hold hands, and maybe we can say a bit of a prayer for Mandeep. And let's just have a moment.
I feel very honored today to be included with these people, her family, his family, and friends. I hope in some small way I helped in some way.
Satnam, if you're ready, I would love to show you.
I am so ready. I'm so ready. I'm so ready. Okay, let's go. Let's go see. I've been waiting to see it since Thursday. Oh, it's so nice. You even put that in. Thank you. It's very nice. Thanks. You got the tree.
The trees.
Yeah, the tree. Oh, and I love that. Love that. So nice.
So those are all of your healing crystals.
Oh, they're
in the
all
globes
in
with
there.
air plants.
Oh
So
my
they can be
goodness.
charged by the sun and the moon, and they're easy
Oh,
for you
that's
to
so nice.
access.
Thank you so much. Oh, and I love my closet. Oh, and
Yes.
all his books are at the top.
So his books are all there.
Oh
They're
my
easy to
goodness,
access for
yes.
you, but they almost work as an art piece up there.
I love
They
it.
tell the story of him.
It's so nice. Thank you. Yeah, I love it. Because this is like,
What feelings do you feel when you're in this space?
I feel warm. I feel like, you know, it's almost like this, it's like the cemetery. There's trees everywhere. And then hence the background is like trees. And then no matter which angle I sleep or not sleep at night, if I look, I can always see Mandeep's face everywhere. Because usually when I'm sleeping, if I can't sleep, Mandeep's picture is right there. So I feel like it's here and all his little things are here. And it's just so nice. It's his room still. All his stuff is there. I see all his books there and at the top. And it's just so nice. I think he would be happy. Yeah.
My favorite part in the space is the wall mural, just because it sets the entire tone for the room. The colors, the trees, the whole idea of freshness and brightness, which this space I really feel needed. But then it's also those little touches that are signals to her that Mandeep is still with her, whether it's the photographs that she's taken of seeing hearts, or whether it's the healing crystals that she had in her windowsill. Now we've made them more of an art piece and displayed them within the window where they're still accessible, but they're also beautiful to look at as the sun comes in. It's really the small pieces of Mandeep that make the space as a whole a beautiful room for Satnam.
So I'm hoping that this room will be a place for her to be intentional when she wants to spend some time with Mandeep and wants to reflect on all the memories and just, again, feel really good and feel comforted and not feel lonely. She can come in this room and this room will elicit all those feelings and emotions for her.
Satnam, thank you so much for letting us into your home to commemorate Mandeep like this.
Thanks for coming in.
We're so happy to be
Thanks for
connected
letting
with
me
you.
share Mandeep's story with everyone.
Thank you for sharing it.
That you guys chose me to do this for, I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. And everyone gets to know Mandeep's story. You know, I don't want him to be forgotten, you know. I'm so grateful.
Satnam, we are forever grateful that you were brave enough to share your story with us, that you trusted us with this story. You are such a beautiful person. We have left this story forever changed, everyone in front of the camera and behind the camera. We will never forget your courage and your bravery. Thank you, Satnam. We're a family now, forever.